Dear Twin Flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening Journey podcast, and today's an episode 121. In today's episode, we are going to talk about Shiva Shakti union. Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine are uniting today in the cosmic realms, thanks to the event that is given to us by the universe is called Maha Shivaratri. If you are listening to this episode today on the 26th of February, then I highly recommend you to connect with that source, have that union within you, let the Shakti meet Shiva in a consciousness and see how the union will start to happen. For me personally, Shivaratri plays a huge role. Number one, my twin returned. And I didn't even know that back then it was a Shivaratri. I happened to be on a retreat, and then turned out it was a Shivaratri. I had never heard of this before. And the day after, my twin came back to my life and told me everything that had happened to him during our separation. What did he feel, and how did he feel? The year ago, when I hosted my very first Twin Flame retreat in Cyprus, my twin out of nowhere during the Maha Shivaratri wrote to me, "I don't know why, but I have to tell you, I am very proud of you." And what is interesting that today, when I'm here in Costa Rica, and the first thing I wake up in the morning is a beautiful love message from my Twin Flame. And it's the first time of this year where I'm no longer holding it back of what do I do in the sense of retreats, activations and everything. So it's the knowing for him that what did he activate and who I have become. Until now, I didn't talk about it. So I'm just going to say that for me personally, Maha Shivaratri is extremely powerful. And I am a believer of cosmic energies the same way like Lionsgate and the same way of the Maha Shivaratri. These two events for Twin Flames have changed everything for me on this journey. And that's why I wish to share this with you. And I'm very glad that we have a group of beautiful people here in Costa Rica connecting and opening their hearts and opening their consciousness. But as many of you cannot join, I'd like to bring you a perspective. What is a Maha Shivaratri? Why is it so powerful? And why do we need to surrender into that Shiva's energy? So let's begin with a fact that if you are listening, also I'm going to say, if you're listening this after Maha Shivaratri, let's say 28th of February or 1st of March, I'm going to say there is nothing wrong with that. You can still continue, because the energy doesn't disappear like this, that it comes right now and then it goes. Energy always stays around. That's why we know that energetic work takes normally about 21 days to settle in. After your first activation of Kundalini or so on, it takes time. It's not something that we plug in, we plug out. Energy is always around us. And when we connect with the cosmic energies, you connect with your source. Of course, today, one of the best way, and I'm going to really say two things that you should be doing today. If you don't do other things, then or actually three things. Find yourself 5 minutes to meditate to Shiva Shakti energy. On Patreon, there is a very powerful one. If you can fast, maybe for longer than you are used to, do fasting today. And the third thing is offer something to someone. Offer something to someone for Shiva, in that sense of whether it's flowers for someone, whether it's food for someone, whether it's a compliment to someone, whether it's giving something to someone, money, gift, anything. Make sure you're going to offer something, because universe rewards those who are not afraid to give. And today, as of the energy of Shiva, so I'm going to say to you, who is your divine masculine? And if you think about it for a moment, who is your divine masculine? What happened when your divine masculine entered into your life? Destruction. Yeah? So Shiva, the consciousness up here, consciousness. We often talk about it, that your twin flame is not awakened. Your twin flame is awakened. Your divine masculine is the consciousness, the stillness. But they don't know that yet without your energy of Shakti. Think about it a little bit like the head can't move without the neck. And who is the neck? Divine feminine. That's why every energetic work, every cosmic energy you connect with, every inner union you're going to have inside of you is going to happen in 3D. Shiva and Shakti are in oneness. You are not in a separation. Your twin flame is always with you, but it starts with the energy of Shakti from the root. So your spine is electric cord to get to that consciousness. And so Shiva is a destroyer. Destroyer in a sense of good and bad. We like to always say when something is destroyed that it's a bad thing. As we know, sometimes things have to be destroyed in order to have a new form, new life. So Shiva is a destroyer. That's why when twin flame entered to your life, your divine masculine so-called, it destroyed your life. The life you knew before, the beliefs you had before, the fears you had before started to disappear, started to fight with you. It's a cosmic fight. And that's why we feel we go absolutely crazy. But it came to destroy the darkness over light. And tonight, or if you're listening to that later, is the fight that Shiva brings over light of darkness. So darkness is going to disappear. And the light is going to come in. But Shiva can't do this without who? Without divine feminine, the Shakti energy. Your energy is, think of this, it's like a oil, the gas, the source that helps Shiva to make it all happen. And why I talk about it, because we are so often on this journey, and including myself before I didn't understand what happened to me. We are focusing on them. We want them to heal. We want them to tell us something. We want them to connect. We want all of that from them, from outside. So we are looking outside. But in order for them to do so, it has to start from inside of you. That's why you hear that every single time. You need to experience the inner union inside of you first in order to have a 3D union. Your Shiva, your divine masculine, operates on the energy that is inside of you. If you believe in inner union, if you don't go up back and forth that no, twin flames are not real, no, what I'm feeling is not real. Think of yourself, you are the electric cord, or you are like the messenger, the message is going, and you are sending through your body constantly information to that Shiva's consciousness that no, we are not twin flames. No, this is not real. No, I'm making this up. What do you think the consciousness receives? It receives that information. Your job is to go to the trust. But I'm going to say to you, and I'm not diving into very in detail about it today because I have other episodes coming, but I'm just going to say, it does not happen with the mind. You need to remove the energetic blocks through the energy and your fears, your limiting beliefs, things you don't believe in or things you don't connect with. You need to remove them before. So we can say that you believe in inner union. I'm going to make you to repeat that right now. But inside of you, there is an energetic block that reflects that often back and forth. So meaning of, you can say these things, but the inner world inside of you pushes it back. That's why I have said over and over and over again, energetic work has to be your number one priority for twin flame union. I did holotropic breath work. I did Reiki. I did Kundalini activations. I did meditations for hours and hours and hours. And it wasn't because I wanted my twin flame back. It was for me to feel that inner peace. And today, why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I know when you feel that inside, when you feel that click inside of you, it's like you are born again. And that's everything makes sense to you. So Shiva and Shakti are the dance of you. So you can't expect them to love you if you have never said to yourself, I love myself. I love who I am. And if you don't start connecting who you are, your consciousness, the Shiva can't connect with you either. And until then, there is a 3D separation. But believe me, when you feel that inner peace, inner connected, your life is going to change forever. And I know that from my own example. I never thought that these words I'm saying today, these exercises, these practices, these knowings that I have today, that I will be having a podcast, or I will be doing a retreat, or I will be doing these things. I never thought of that. But I had to connect of who I am. And that inner peace came with that. And that's the biggest gift, and I want to give it to you. So now I'm going to explain about it. And I also want to say 2 things. The fact that Maha Shivaratri happens to be a Hindu religion in that sense of a festival, it has nothing to do somehow with the religion. Leave the religion, leave these things. Connect to the cosmic forces. Every single spiritual book, every single religious book holds the codes of ancient knowledge, the universal knowledge. So even if you are not the Hindu, and you are Christian, or you are Jewish, or you are Muslim, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you are connecting to that source. And I am 100% sure that whichever part of the world you are, your religious book has something to do with a similar energy. And it's been written or said or shared. Now, and why I talk about it, because also it's all cosmic. We are part of the universe. And tomorrow, for example, you have a new moon in Aquarius. So every Aquarius who are listening, don't take this as, doesn't matter. It does matter. Connect. And here is just one thing I want to say also before I'm going to explain about it a little bit. And there is a bit of a Hindu mythology, but I just explain that with an effect of understanding why is it so important. But many people can say, well, it doesn't work. It's never working. But how something can work if you don't connect with that, if you don't believe in any of these things, nothing's going to work for you. And many of these people often haven't even tried. They come with the perception of, that's just a crap, and they don't even try. And believe me, I was there before. So I'm just going to say that before you say it doesn't work, or it's not real, or it's not happening, try something new. Try something you haven't done before and see if it's real or not. So from here on, let's go and dive into what is the importance. So the Maha Shivaratri, like I said, is considered extremely powerful time right now. And it's helping you to align of who you are through the spiritual growth. That's why fasting and offering and stillness are very important today. The more you can meditate, the better it is. And tonight, that's why I say the Kundalini will start moving it upward. That helps you to connect with Kundalini even better, because the cosmic force is giving you from the universe, from the moon, from the ground, from the earth, from the sky. And now you have very good way of connecting it. And Shiva, like I said, represents the destruction and ignorance and darkness. And Maha Shivaratri, as a night, is a dance of the inner darkness. Everything that you doubt, your fear, your ego and limitations, they start to disappear. They start to dissolve, because the energy of Shiva is like, wow, I'm going to help you to get there. And these heightened energies during this time help to facilitate the connections to yourself, the inner self, making it so much easier to release any past karmas or emotional baggage. And also, like I said, now comes in the Shakti. So the Maha Shivaratri celebrates divine union of Shiva and Shakti. And it's the perfect balance of consciousness and energy. And for twin flames, especially this night or this energy, the day, this time we are embracing these energies, represents the harmony and merging of masculine and feminine energy, and which is central of twin flame. For twin flames, it's very important to balance your feminine and masculine energies. Again, I'm going to say that on Patreon, you can do the workshops, you can figure it out. What are you out of alignment? So what are the things you should also doing today, or how can you connect even better? And I'm going to say that chanting is very, very helpful. If you can chant. If you can do the Kundalini yoga, do the Kundalini yoga. If you can do the Kundalini activation, do the Kundalini activation. All of this is gonna help you to connect. So who is this Shiva? And like I said, Shiva is the destroyer. Your twin flame destroyed your life, didn't it? Isn't it? It happened to you. But how? Just to say that what your twin flame did was the ignorance, ego, and obstacles, everything that you couldn't spiritually grow, it came in to help you and to help you to grow. So when you're connecting to Shiva, so today you're connecting with the Shiva energy, you are about to release the old. Everything that you have told to yourself, or you believe, or you kind of can't trust yourself. And Shiva represents pure consciousness. That's why your heart started to feel, I know that it's my twin flame. I feel the love, I feel the connection, I know it is happening. And so to connect with that is through meditation. And what is the wonderful thing is stillness. And we need to learn that Shiva energy is still. It's not, that's what we are doing wrong on, as I don't like using the word wrong, actually. When I say it, it's like immediately goes through my spine. We don't do anything wrong. But what I mean is like when we say that, oh, divine feminine, the chaser. I'm like, exactly, divine feminine is not a chaser. Divine feminine trust the stillness, the waiting, the divine of Shiva. Because Shiva is stillness. Shiva, if you start believing, and I tell you this millions of times, if you start believing that twin flames are real, you feel the inner union inside of you, you feel the connection, and you don't push this away, your twin will understand and feel the same. And so Shiva and Shakti are together. In that sense, like I said, while like Shiva is a consciousness and stillness, Shakti is energy and movement. And that's what brings the union and masculine. Why the Kundalini starts to work from your body and goes to your consciousness. But where it starts from your root. Then you feel enormous sexual energy. You feel so connected, like you can't stop it. You can have even an orgasm out of nowhere. And you're like, what's wrong with me? But that's what is the Shakti. The Shakti is trying to get to Shiva to show, yes, we are one. I believe in it. I am here. I'm with you. And I really want to say one thing. It's twin flames and this Shiva Shakti is not about a romantic relationship. It's not something that if your twin says, I don't love you, it's like, oh, it's not real. You see, the person doesn't love me. This energy is you, oneness. And I tell you how much magic starts to happen. So I see it often when people have that moment where, let's say, their twin is rejecting them or not going to them or not saying to them something. And your mind goes, oh, you see, this person doesn't love me. It's never been real. I've been making it all up. And I say, well, if you believe that, I respect that. And I also want to say one another thing. Don't convince yourself that someone is your twin flame. Just don't go into that place that, oh, I see a sign here. Oh, I see this over here. This has to be the thing. And then we're constantly looking for that answer. Your mind wants all of these answers, but your soul already knows. Listen to the soul. Transcend and ascend from 3D to 5D. And then what is the 5D? Your heart. Your heart is the 5D. It's not another dimension where you go. It's your heart. And now it is as you are blessed. And so this Maha Shivaratri is also believed, and that's why I say I am going to say, if you're listening today, take a moment and say, okay, I've never done this before. Let me try for 15-20 minutes to meditate, to connect with that energy. On Patreon, you have the workshop that you can do anytime, any place, on your own speed. And see what happens. Because today, the cosmos is naturally aligned for inner transformation. And so these energies will help you to grow. And let the magic to happen. So that's what I want to say, that everything you do on this journey, and you can think of this as a divine feminine, that what's the point for me to heal? What's the point for me to transform? What's all of this? Nothing happens to my twin flame. I want to know what my twin flame is feeling, happening, and so on. Very normal. But I'm just going to say, the one that wants to know that is your ego, not your soul. Your soul already knows everything. It knows very well how well you are connected. It knows very well how much your twin loves you. It knows very well why you met your twin flame. It knows everything. But it's the mind that tries to tell you, well, my twin flame is not showing this. My twin flame is not doing this. Are they awakened? And I often hear that fact of when people say that I don't believe my twin flame will ever awaken. Again, you're giving that energy. The electric cord, the Shakti, is telling, oh, you will never awaken. And here we go. You give out that energy. So just to say, as I know that it's very unlikely the Divine Masculine is listening to that, because Divine Masculine is listening to you. Every action, every connection you make, when your soul tells you, you need to go there, you need to do this, start that, start this, go over there, listen to that meditation, do this or that, it's there that your Shiva wants to meet you, wants to tell you the connection. But just not to over-romanticize that twin flames have to be a couple, they have to tell you how much they love you, they have to be there. No, this is what you get from inner peace, from inner union, inner knowing. It's not out there, it's inside of you. And you will see how your world is going to transform, change, and upgrade. So actually, this one is a little bit of a shorter episode, just for that fact that I wanted you to know how powerful and potential are these energies that are out there right now. And it's not a coincidence what is happening in the world. And don't believe in the fact that if you do inner work and no one else is going to change. Yes, I have seen people who never believed in anything. They didn't believe in themselves. They didn't believe in energy. Are coming to me today and say, can you help me to see more? You are playing a role of that as well. And it begins with your twin flame. If you are looking for the union, start today of connecting. don't miss that out. Because you are a beautiful person. And I actually want to say a huge, huge thing. I just want to remind you that you are such a light and such a bliss. I have such an honor to meet and connect with all of you. The comments you leave, the things you say, I every day tell to myself, or if I am with my assistant or with my family, I say, you have no idea how beautiful people are out there. You know, every comment you leave, sometimes I'm reading it 5-10 times. I'm like, wow, you are such a beautiful people. And that's why we can call ourselves twin flames, or however we want to, because that energy you have is incredible. Your heart is cracked open and you are the beauty. So thank you so much for that, and thank you for connecting with me. It means the world to me. I am so thankful. Seeing you is, and that's why I say, just a little bit more trust. Let go of the fears. In my next episode, I'm going to actually go step by step through to you, of where I explain how did my twin flame return in 3D life? What did I do in prior for that? And how did this all happen to me out of nowhere? And that's why I say it's not out there, it's inside of you. And every energetic work will help you to get there. So yeah, and I just want to say, because you are all amazing. And those who listened until the end, and of course Patreon members have the update today, as it is the 26th of February, the aligned energy. All of the activations and channelings are 26% off until 8th of March. So you can get your session to enjoy the cosmic energy inside of you and become one with that and manifest anything you wish for. So the code is in the description. Also for the Patreon members, they always get it in first, in prior. And because you support me, I support you. Or however, you know, it's a giving and receiving, giving and receiving. I want to say again, huge thank you. You are the light of the God. You are the light of the universe. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So thank you. And just to say, for those of you who would like to have the calls, who would like to connect, who would like to activations, twinflameawakeningjourney.com. You can support this channel on Patreon, of course. And all of the links are in the description. Follow on Instagram. Hit the like and subscribe button over here. And let your divine masculine unite with your Shakti, with your divine feminine. Feel the inner union today. Feel it all that is possible. Lots of love and lots of light.
Well, maybe it was fate when you walked in the door. I could have sworn I've seen your face before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep those little moments, the bus you didn't catch me